Protesters tried and failed to block the president's route to the United Nations.
Good morning, Mr. President. Good morning.
And a broken escalator was no more successful in stopping his progress.
Excellency Donald Trump, President of the United States.
President Trump made it to the podium for a speech that was another extraordinary assault on the world order, and indeed on the UN itself.
What is the purpose of the United Nations? The UN has such tremendous potential. It's empty words, and empty words don't solve war.
If Downing Street thought a state visit would win Trump over to the British cause, this was a brutal reality check. And Europe, too, was in his crosshairs.
Both the immigration and their suicidal energy ideas will be the death of Western Europe if something is not done immediately. This cannot be sustained. I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell.
The British capital has become his focus as he repeated far-right falsehoods.
I look at London, where you have a terrible mayor, terrible mayor. Now they want to go to Sharia law.
And then attack Britain's energy policy.
I want to stop seeing them ruining that beautiful Scottish and English countryside with windmills and massive solar panels.
Climate change, he said, was a hoax.
It's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world.
On Gaza, he dismissed recognition of Palestine.
The rewards would be too great for Hamas terrorists for their atrocities. This would be a reward for these horrible atrocities.
Ukraine was an opportunity to attack NATO.
And Europe has to step it up. They can't be doing what they're doing. They're buying oil and gas from Russia while they're fighting Russia. It's embarrassing to them.
Later, he met with President Zelenskyy, this time appearing to admire the man that he once humiliated in the Oval Office.
Well, he's a brave man, and he's putting up one hell of a fight.
He also had a succinct three-word warning for the Kremlin if NATO's borders are further tested.
Mr. President, do you think that NATO countries should shoot down Russian aircraft if they enter their airspace?
Yes, I do.
Trump posted online tonight, "I think Ukraine, with the support of the European Union, is in a position to fight and win all of Ukraine back." I asked Zelenskyy for his reaction to that post. Is that a game changer for you? Does it include Crimea, and how will it impact the morale of troops on the front line?
Trump is a game changer by himself. I see that Trump is a game changer, and Xi Jinping can also have influence on Russia.
But amid the ever-shifting US positions on Ukraine,
I've been right about everything.
Diplomats today witnessed Trump unleashed. No claim too outrageous to make, no ally insulated from insult. This was America first, confronting what the president regards as the failed global system.
And Robert joins me now. Small piece of trivia. Robert joined ITN 40 years ago today, but I'm not going to embarrass you by asking you to talk about that. Safe to say you've seen a few UN speeches during that time. What did you make of this one, and particularly the sort of change in tone about Ukraine, the suggestion of shooting down aircraft? Would America back us? What sense did you manage to make of it all?
Oh, I think it was a titanic collision, Tom, between two kind of great forces, an emboldened Donald Trump, who was shooting from the hip here this afternoon, and then this sort of giant UN organization and bureaucracy that is kind of overwhelmed at the moment by the scale of global crises. I think on Ukraine, it's a combination of forces. Yes, it was a combination of sort of thoughts, really, that, yes, he mentioned about shooting down Russian warplanes, but it was also the atmospherics of that bilateral with Zelenskyy, and then that social media post talking about that Ukraine could win back all of its territory, something he's never said before, but he also added significantly that it would have to be with European Union help. In other words, Europe will have to do the heavy lifting. Overall, look, Trump has lost the ability to shock an audience, but in there today, heads of state and diplomats, I think many were outraged, particularly about climate change. Others simply were baffled, just trying to come to terms with this ever-shifting, improvisational president.